guys, it's your girl Brianna, aka Mini Marley, and I am back for another video. This one is going to be a tutorial on these faux locks. You guys, I am so happy with the way that they turned out, and I'm glad I am because this took me so long. I have never spent so much time on a single hairstyle in my entire life. Definitely worth it. I love how these came out. I think they look so professional, and I spent so much time trying to perfect the parts, get everything neat and perfect for you guys. I'm gonna show you everything from start to finish, as you guys know the products that I use, what I purchased, and just give you all the tea so that you can achieve this look at home. We're in quarantine right now, and I just hate having to do my hair, and I also hate looking a mess in the house for days and days on end. So I wanted to put something in that would be like a protective style and just something that would give me a break from my hair for a little while, and this is it. Let's just jump right in. Alright, so I'm starting this style with washed, very moisturized, braided up, and dried hair. And I know I'm not on set. I'm filming with my iPhone just for these first few clips because I came to my mom's house. I wanted somewhere with a mirror in the front and in the back of me, as you just saw. It just makes it so much easier to get perfect, precise parts without having to hold up a mirror. And I knew this would be a long process, so this was the perfect place to do it. Starting off, I'm using my Style Factor Edge Booster Pomade, and I'm just placing that right along my parts. Any kind of waxy product like beeswax, shine and jam, or you can use this Style Factor Edge Booster. It's just going to help you create a perfect part and help those little hairs not cross over between sections, and it's just going to give you a lot more precision. So you'll see throughout this process I applied that just to the very base of my braids, and then I braided them from root all the way to the tip. I personally wanted to make sure that my sections were nice and small and that my parts were perfect because I'm a perfectionist, but I've definitely seen people do this without parting, so you definitely do not have to go as crazy as I did. But if you do want to, I definitely recommend using something like this edge pomade to create those nice sharp parts. And this is what my hair is looking like after hours of work. I'm not even gonna lie, but again, having a mirror in the front and back of you just makes this process so much easier. So a shout out to my mom because the bathroom at her house was the perfect place to do this. But now that I'm pretty much all done, we are back on set at my house and ready for part 2. Honestly, these braids are super cute, and I think I'll blow out my hair and do mini braids later on because I was really feeling this. But moving on, here's what you're going to need for this style. First and foremost, you need the Bobbi Boss new locks. I got them in 18-inch in the color 1B. I also have my crochet hook, and then I also have some Expressions crochet hair here as well. Ignore that nail glue because I did not use it, and I'll let you know why later on. But this is what the locks are looking like. They're super lightweight, so nice and springy, and they kind of have a distressed look to them, which I love. So I'm gonna move to the back of my hair and get ready for our first little faux lock. And I'm just showing you how to operate the crochet hook. You can open the hook or close it, but you want to start off with it open and slide it through the base of your first braid. Once that's through the base, go ahead and get your first faux lock and find the loop at the top of it and then hook it onto your crochet hook. And then you're just gonna pull it right back through the base of your first braid. Then you're going to take the hook off of the faux lock, find that loop and put your fingers between it, and then pull through the end of that faux lock and then tighten it to the base of your braid. And that's pretty much how you connect your faux lock to your braid, and this is how it should look at this point. Now we're basically going to unravel our faux lock and rewrap it back around our hair. So these crochet locks are basically just a really tight coil, and all you want to do is uncoil the hair so that you can recoil it around your braid so that your hair is in the middle of the faux lock and you can no longer see it. So that's pretty much all I'm doing here. I'm just trying to open up the faux lock and wrapping it around my braid as I go. And then once I get to the end of my braid, I'm just going to rub this hair in between my hands just to kind of seal it in and make sure it doesn't come out. And that is pretty much it. You can stop here, but I'm going to be using some of this Expressions hair and wrapping it around the base of my lock, and I'm going to show you why later on. But this is what the hair looks like. I've seen people use Marley hair to do this. I've seen people use water wave. It's really up to you, but this is what I found, and I thought it was perfect, and it actually worked really well. So I just untwisted this little crochet twist. I'm going to separate it into two pieces. And since I only need a short piece, I'm going to cut this in half. So out of one little crochet twist, I have 4 pieces of hair, and I can use this to wrap 4 different locks. So what I'm going to do is place this at the base of this little section, and then I'm just going to start wrapping the hair around the root. And the point of this is basically just to cover up the roots of your braid or your faux lock so that we can't see the part where we crocheted the hair in. When you do crochet, you can kind of see that you've looped something through your hair, and if you look closely at the base, you can tell that this is not a traditional faux lock. So by wrapping it at the root, we really hide the fact that this is crochet, and it pretty much looks like a traditional faux lock, and it looks so much better, but this part is definitely optional. So this is what my first faux lock is looking like. I went ahead and did a lot more off camera because of course this is very time consuming. I honestly started that first one at 3 in the afternoon, and this clip is pretty much about 1 a.m. in the morning, and I'm moving on to the front of my hair. So I'm taking another section. I'm just gonna pull off a faux lock. Make sure that I find the center of it, put my fingers right in there so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to grab my crochet hook and just open it up before I slide it through the base of this section of this braid. After I slide it through, I'm just going to hook on my faux lock, close up the crochet hook, pull it through the base of the braid, and then I'm just going to put my fingers in and loop the end of that faux lock, pull it through and pull to tighten. You want to make sure that this is nice and tight and secure, and then just start unraveling the faux lock and wrapping around the braid. It was kind of hard to show this process, but you will feel how the faux lock unwinds when you twist it in the opposite direction of the way that it is coiled. And once you get it to open up, just start re-wrapping it around your hair. It feels very natural when you do it, but it just takes some time. So keep working at it, take your time, and make sure you get your entire braid or twist in the center of this lock, and then rub it between your hands.
This is what I want now. No, I won't settle for anything else.
So I just wanted to show you the difference when you don't wrap the hair at the root and when you do. This is the faux lock that has been crocheted in and it's not wrapped. And then this one has been wrapped. And as you can see, it looks more like a traditional lock versus a crochet faux lock. So again, this step is optional, but I definitely recommend it because I think it gives you a more polished look. But it just depends on how much time you really want to spend. So I'm just repeating the same process with my Expressions little crochet twists. I'm just dividing those in half, cutting them, and I have my 4 little sections, and I just use 1 per twist. So when you are wrapping this hair around the root of your faux lock, make sure that you wrap it in the same direction that you were wrapping the faux lock around your braid. So if you were going clockwise, make sure that you continue to go clockwise with your wrapping hair at the root, and just make sure that you wrap all the way down. I'm basically just wrapping and wrapping and wrapping until I run out of hair, and wrapping all the way down to that last strand is really what helps this stay put and not unravel. I've seen a lot of people use nail glue at the end of this wrapping part just to make sure that it doesn't unravel, but because I use such short pieces of hair, I knew that the nail glue could possibly get through and touch my actual hair, and I did not want that. But I was able to avoid using nail glue by wrapping my hair down to those tiny strands and then just rubbing it between my hands, and I'll show you that process again. But as you can see, I'm just repeating the same steps to attach the crochet lock to my hair, wrap it around my braid, and then wrap the extra hair around the base of each lock just to make sure that it looks even more natural.
Something better. Is this what you want now? Or is it because you can't forget her? I can't keep pretending it's not getting to me. It's never ending.
Again, I'm just wrapping this hair until there's only a tiny strand left, and then you definitely want to rub it between your hands, and that friction is really going to seal it in, and you shouldn't have any problems with unraveling. If it is unraveling, you can definitely use the nail glue, but make sure that you have wrapped it past your natural hair so that it doesn't accidentally seep through and get onto your hair, because that can be tragic.
Yeah, you better go, go, go. Go, 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 go. So I can focus, I just need to focus on myself.
Okay, so I am finally down to my last 4 braids, only 4 more crochet locks to be added. It is now 5 a.m. in the morning, and I started this at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So crazy. But anyway, we're at the final stretch, so I'm just adding my last few locks, just pulling that crochet hook through the base of my braid, attaching the lock, making sure that it is very nice and snug, unraveling the lock, and then wrapping it around my braid nice and tightly. I'm just going to go in with my extra hair and wrap it around the root. I decided last minute to go with a side part. I can always switch it up, but I felt like the part in the middle was just kind of wide, so I pulled the hair over to this side, and I'm just finishing up these last 2. I just wanted to show you up close what it looks like when you wrap this hair around the root. Make sure that you really conceal the part where you've crocheted the lock into your hair so that nobody can tell that it's crochet locks, and it just looks like traditional faux locks. And I am finally done. Okay, so this is what my hair is looking like later that morning. I went to bed for a few hours and I'm back up, and this is what it's looking like. I have about 85 locks in my hair, just in case you're wondering. And I'm just using this oil from Melanin Hair Care to make sure that my scalp is nice and oiled. There's a lot of tension on it from doing this style, so I just want to add some oil, just give it a little bit of love. And now I'm going to go in and do my edges. I use a little more of that edge booster and some Eco Styler gel, and this is pretty much the finished look. Tell me if I killed it or not. Like, girl, I think this came out so bomb, so much better than I even expected. I love how neat the parts are, and it really looks like traditional faux locks. You cannot tell that this is crochet, but because it is crochet, it takes a lot less time, and I cannot imagine doing it the traditional way because this took me 2 full days. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video and found it nice and helpful. I know this is a style that a lot of people do on their own at home, and there are already a ton of videos out there, but I thought you guys might enjoy seeing my process and what I did to achieve this look. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Look at the camera, don't look at the mirror, look at the camera. How does this song start? You think I'm an ignorant savage. You've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. You think you own whatever land you land on. I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a
stranger,
you learn things you never knew. You
never knew.
You need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can search the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
I stopped it and then you said it after I stopped.
But now you ruined the song.
No.